Is up? What is up, good people? Redheads, ladies and gentlemen, what is up with everybody? Man, hope everybody's been having a productive week. Before we get this show started, we got to play the intro.
Don't give up, you gon' be on. Don't give up, don't give up, give up. Don't give up, you gon' be on. Don't give up, don't give up, give up. Don't give up, you gon' be on. Don't give up, don't give up, give up. Don't give up, you gon' be on. Don't give up, give up, give up, give up. I know you got doubts, but get to the bag. Just follow the dream and stick with the plan. I know you get worried.
What's up? What's up? Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings, Redheads. Thank you for joining me in another episode of your favorite show, the one, the only Reds View. Of course, who other than your gracious host, J Red, JAYR3D. If you look in this corner right here, you see that pregame. My single pregame is the party of is the song of the summer. If you have a party going on during this spring, going into the summertime, man, I'm telling you, this is gonna be a smash record. Every time I play it everywhere, people love it. So make sure that you stream it right now on Apple Music. Go cop it on iTunes. Go get it on Tidal. All of that good stuff. Okay, because we got to keep that support up. All right, but if you've already seen what we're going to talk about, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see the thumbnail. If you watched on Facebook, you see what we're talking about. Okay. But before we talk about that, make sure that you please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/RedsView/R3DSView. Gotta subscribe. If you're watching this on Facebook right now, make sure that you hit that share button and talk in the comments, man, because I got to see what people talk, what y'all talking about, what you feel, because we got to jump into something heavy. This has been heavy, man, in the news. Well, not the media, but as far as the black media, we've been talking about this, man. So without any further ado, don't mean to hold y'all. We're going to go right into it. We're going to go right into it, man. Zaya Wade. Zaya Wade. Is Zaya Wade being used to promote the sexualization of children? That's a serious question. Everybody come on in here, especially my black family. I need everybody to come in here so we can discuss this. Do you feel that Zaya Wade is being used to promote the sexualization of children? All right, so let's talk about what happened. All right, so Easter comes around, right? Easter was this past Sunday. Hopefully, everybody had a good Easter. So with Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, of course, they have a transgender son that they call a daughter now. He was Zion Wade. I think they changed it to Zaya Wade, right? And Zaya Wade has been vocal about, the beliefs that he is, transgender. He is a girl. He identifies as being a girl. And I'm saying that very, very closely because he is a girl, meaning child. All right. So they've been in the news like for the past, like 5 years, I want to say, talking about it. And he's now 14 years old, right? 14 years old. And there was a picture. There was a picture that was shared of them at the during Easter gathering. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on. Dwayne Wade Easter. I don't know why I didn't have this up, but yeah, that's it right there. So let me share my screen real quick. All right. So what we're going to do is go to it. Hold on. I was trying to share it this other way, but let me go to the Chrome tab. All right. So if you can see right here, man, right here. So you see Gabrielle Union, you see Dwayne Wade. I guess they did have a daughter together. So that's her right there. That's his other son to the side of Dwayne Wade, his girlfriend, I'm assuming. And then you have Zaya Wade right here. And then you have Zaya Wade's transgender boyfriend. So Zaya Wade was born a girl but no, born a boy, but identifies transgender means you identify. If I'm not mistaken, he identifies as a girl, and then his boyfriend is actually was born a boy, but he born a girl, but then he identifies with being a boy now. So Zaya Wade's boyfriend is transgender as well, and you see them right there. Now, when you look at this photo, this looks harmless, right? You don't really just see too much going on. The children are with their parents, and of course, Gabrielle Union is a step parent, right? So that got shared. Then I think that Dwayne Wade actually did post that on his Instagram or Gabrielle's Instagram, something like that, right? But and shout out to everybody for tuning in right now. Shout out to Ricky. I see you, man. I see you. My black brother. What up, Ricky? What up, Ricky? But yeah, man. So let me go to the photo. And I said that I was not going to share this, right? But it's just it's too much. It's too much that I had to really talk about it. So let me see if I can find the one Zaya Wade kissing. It's a kissing photo. You should see it in the thumbnail, but this is it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. Trying to blow it up for y'all if you can see it. So Zaya Wade shares a pic of kiss with her new boyfriend. Boom. All right, so it was a lot of people that had something to say about this, including myself, right? A lot of people had something to say about this, including myself. Hold on. I don't think I stopped. Hold on, let me stop sharing that. Let me pull it up again because I don't think people see the kiss thing. All right, so yeah, Zaya Wade kissing. Boom. All right. So if you can see it right here, you see that Zaya Wade is kissing her boyfriend, transgender boyfriend, right? Now, people had something to say about this, like I said, including myself. And people now keep this in mind. This has nothing to do with them being transgender. This has nothing to do with them as far as their sexual preference or whatever they want to do. This has something to do with them being children. Children. Now, I'm not sure how old the boyfriend is, the transgender boy is, but I know for sure Zaya Wade is 14 years of age, which means that she's a child, teenager, but a child. You know that once you enter the teens, you're 13. That means that you're a teenager, right? So, the thing is, what you got to look at is this appropriate? I didn't want to share this photo, and you got to excuse the noise if you hear anything. That's outside, but I didn't want to originally share this photo because I felt uncomfortable actually sharing it because I feel like it's exactly what it says down there: sexualization of children. And the reason I say this is because if you're a child, you don't have any business actually sharing you kissing anybody. I mean, if you kissing your parents, you know what I'm saying, a peck on a cheek or whatever like that, yeah, but you see that they're caressing each other, holding each other, they all up on it. That looks like a deep, passionate kiss. So my thing is, this has nothing to do with their sexual preference or what they identify as or whatever, right? If this was because people love bringing up the whole, gay thing, transgender thing, but let's talk about if this were who else? Like if I had a daughter that was 14 and then she had a boyfriend that was 14, they're on Instagram. Now, taking a picture together, that's no issue, right? That's cool. And I was old enough to have a girlfriend at that particular time. I don't think I was going on any dates, maybe, but of course, the first thing people bring up is, oh, they're kissing. You used to kiss when you were 14. We used to sneak. Yeah, we snuck off and do it. You would do it behind the bleachers, maybe at the back of the bus, but you wouldn't do it in front of no teachers, no staff at the school, or in front of your parents or anybody else's parents, because that's what you call back then doing the grown folks. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they took that picture, because another thing people were saying was that, well, it's not like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union posted it, right? They were like, that's not what they did. The transgender boy shared it on his page, right? And they're saying that people, like 14-year-olds do that from time to time, all the time. And I'm like, well, that gives no excuse for it, because they were in the same setting with the parents. They knew that Zaya and them posted that photo. So my question is, how far will you take it? Because a lot of people are scared to talk about this particular thing because they feel like the LGBT community will come after them or whatever. But this don't even have nothing to do with your sexual preference. This is about minors sharing an intimate kiss. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, we seen stuff in movies and, different things like that. But if you didn't have any issue with this at all, my question is, how do you look at your children? How do you raise your children? Because Zaya Wade, I feel like, is being used as a tool to promote sexualization of children, right? Because you know that when you share a kiss with somebody on the lips, right, you know what comes with that. So anybody that doesn't think that this is a big deal, I'm telling you something, man. You let this actually continue to keep going on, then you open the door for other things. You open the door for more things to actually come, because first, with the Zaya Wade thing, right? I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it a buck. All right. If I was like, I'm not in their business or whatever, but it's always being presented to us. So, if my child came and said they were transgender, whatever, I would be like, I would tell them, no, I don't. Now, people have sexual preferences or whatever like that, but I feel like once this started saying, hey, a child can be transgender, you open up the door to sexual preference. And if you open up the door to the sexual preference, then at that early of an age, then you open the door for them kissing each other. And you open the door with that, with sexualization of the children, then you can open up the door for pedophilia eventually. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Because with people saying I identify with whatever, what if it gets to a point to where, a pedophile can be like, I was born this way. I was born always liking underage people, boys or girls or just whatever. So that's what I'm looking at more so. You know what I'm saying? Like, this, I feel like, is an issue, and it's a shame that they're using our people to actually promote that, because it's just like, I just don't see any sane parent being cool with their child sharing a picture of them intimately kissing their significant other. Again, I don't have an issue with them actually dating or whatever the case is, right? Because I mean, yeah, I used to kiss girls at that age, and things of that nature. However, I would have never did it in front of my mama, around my family, you know what I'm saying, as far as like my aunts, uncles, grandparents or whatever, because it's proper protocol and it's inappropriate. Like, even when I was growing up, and I would have a girl over or whatever like that, my mama wouldn't even want us to even lay on each other. We wouldn't be able to even do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to hug and all that other stuff, but my mama, I don't know how y'all was raised. My mama wasn't putting up with that. You know what I'm saying? It was inappropriate how you look at it. Now, that's the main thing that people kept bringing up, is that they're teenagers, but it's like they're still children. They're still children, and you can't sit there and tell them, like, this is pretty sick. Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union should be ashamed of themselves, because I'm starting to look at it now. It's like, are y'all getting paid to do this? Because it just doesn't seem like a parent would actually let it go this far. But it all started with the Zaya Wade coming out with the transgender stuff, because it opened the door for this type of shit right here. So how can somebody actually support a underage individual sharing an intimate kiss like that? Like, I could see if it was a kiss on the cheek, what I'm saying, a hug or just whatever like that, but they are passionately kissing each other. So if you let this type of stuff slide and you let it keep going and keep going, you open up the door for more things to happen. And you can't sit here and tell me that this isn't sexualization of children, because that's where it's going. That's exactly where it's going. So I want to hear from y'all. Do y'all feel like this was too far? Do you feel like it was appropriate? Would your parents, I got a question for you. Do you think that your parents would let you share a photo like that? Or if you do have children, because it's quite a few of us that do have children, right? Would you be comfortable with your daughter or your son on their Instagram, on their Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, whatever? Would you be comfortable, or would you let them share a picture like that? Again, this has nothing to do with your sexual preference, transgender, whatever. These are kids. Kids. Now, if they were 18, I wouldn't have shit to say. I wouldn't have anything to say. But these are children actually doing this, man. And it's my question is, if you don't have an issue or see an issue with this, how far will you let it go? How far will they go with it? You know what I'm saying? Because next thing is, what if what is too young in your opinion? Because if you don't see an issue with 14-year-olds actually kissing each other, showing it on social media, what about a 9-year-old? What about a 5-year-old? What about a 6-year-old? Like, how far will it go? Because it seems like anytime Zaya Wade does something, it's always a stay out of their business, love who you love. It's always that situation that keeps coming up. So how far are we going to actually go with this? But I feel like this is strongly sexualizing children, because we know what it means when you actually kiss somebody. You get aroused, there's different things like that. And it's like you can show other ways of affection or that you got somebody other than doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I say thumbs down, shame on Dwayne Wade, shame on Gabrielle Union, because this is, and some people said they were shocked behind this. I really wasn't shocked, because it feels like they've been hiding behind the whole transgender thing. Because if you do actually say something about the transgender, you know, her being transgender or whatever like that, then the LGBT community says that you're transphobic and all this other stuff. But no, it's none of that over here. I'm just speaking out about actual children, gay, straight, or whatever. You shouldn't be taking no pictures at 14 years old, kissing on the lips. So what's next? How far, for my people that don't think that this was an issue, how far will you take it? How far is it going to go? That's what I want to know. Y'all pardon me. They got something they cleaning up outside or something like that. But G-Vibes promo says Zaya gonna knock that little boy. Oh man, come on, man. Y'all, oh man. Y'all try, y'all wild, man. Y'all are wild. Shout out to G-Vibes promo though. This is that was funny. That was funny. But yeah, but G-Vibes promo. San. Shout out to San. Shout out to Sam, man. Y'all remember saying too loud. Y'all know saying too loud. But nah, Sam, let me ask you this, bro. Would you let your child do something like that? Like, I'm talking about if your daughter or your son, they 14 years old, right? And then they share a picture on their Instagram of them kissing. Would you let your son or your daughter do that? Would you let your son or your daughter do that? Like, I know I would be like, hell no. And I know my parents would be on the same thing. The same thing, man. This has got sick. This has gotten sick, man. And my thing is, I don't even look at them so much to blame for it. I'm looking at outside people and I'm questioning them, because we need to be the ones that stand out of it. Okay, y'all going too far. Y'all going too far with this shit. Okay, you know, you did the whole transgender thing. We get it. We get it. We get it. It's too much. Like, just like Lizzo, right? Lizzo walks around with her ass out. First, she was this, you know, I'm big, I'm beautiful, whatever, taking naked pictures. It's okay. Like, all right, we get it. But every few months, Lizzo got her ass in some thong. It's a picture right now with her walking on the airplane with her ass just out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, how far are you gonna take it? Like, you know, shaking your ass at a NBA game, at a Lakers game, and shit like that. It's like, how far? It feels like people get on the pity party and be like, hey, you know, this is me. You say I'm tired of Lizzo big ass. I've been tired of her. But it's always the panders, like pandering, like the pandering community. You know, I'm overweight, but you got to accept me for who I am. I like this, you know, this is my sexual preference. You got to like me for who I am. And if you don't, you're transphobic, you're homophobic, you're fat phobic. You don't accept me. And it feels like, okay, we can't have an opinion about nothing. It's like you're putting it in our face. Like, we get it. You know what I'm saying? You do your thing, man. Like, we don't care who you messing with in the bed, all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get a bad rep on Boosie, but a lot of the times Vlad and other people ask Boosie about what he thinks about the situations and stuff like that. But yeah, but this Zaya Wade thing, man, it's like it's so foul on all levels. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for love who you love and all this other stuff, but that's a child. We're talking about children, y'all. And for those who don't have an issue with it, just my question is, what do you have an issue with? Like, how far does it go to where you'll be like, that's too far? That's my big question. Like how far are you actually gonna let this stuff go? You know what I'm saying? Because and then you look at the parents like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, man. Y'all as parents, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. And I would, God forbid, I hope that y'all ain't getting paid to do something like this, because it feels like it's something else that come with it. You know what I'm saying? But on all levels, man, like I just, when you do stuff like this, I'm telling you, you open the door for pedophilia, because I'm telling you, now this, you can't run away from this. With them actually kissing each other, you can't run away from that being actual, like look at how they were kissing each other. You know what I'm saying? Like deep into the arms and all this other stuff. Like, that's sexualizing children. Those are 14-year-olds, y'all. 14-year-olds. But man, y'all, like, come on, man. Come on, man. This is too far. And I appreciate everybody who is taking the time to create these podcasts, talk about it. If you talked about it on radio stations, but the fact that we had to question, is this appropriate? That shows you what you need to know right there. This is not appropriate. If it was, wouldn't nobody be saying nothing? Now, of course, you're gonna have people that feel a certain type of way about the child being transgender and all this other stuff. But my thing is, be that as it may, I'm looking at this from what's next. And I don't have children yet, but I don't want it to get to the point to where, it's a bunch of Zaya Wades and, as children over here kissing each other and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much. And I know that it happens. Of course it happens, but it's not supposed to be in the public light on your Instagram and stuff like that. And for those who are doing it, shame on them, shame on the parents. If the parents actually know about it, they should have issues with it. Now, if you 18, I got nothing to say about it, because you're technically, I mean, you're an adult. But 14, man, come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on. So I appreciate everybody that's been calling this shit out. I wasn't gonna speak about it, but I said, nah, man, we gotta address this. We gotta talk about this. This is like, I ain't even want to share the photo. It was so bad. But what does it mean for? And it always feels like, what it ain't even what it feels. It's like what we see is that they use us to push that. It feels like an agenda to actually push. But I'm telling y'all, you keep opening up the doors for this, more stuff is gonna come. And we're already looking at the sexualization of children. And for those who don't think that it is, okay, what if it gets to a point where they, like, the girl, her transgender boyfriend is grabbing on her ass or something like that, or she's twerking? My question is that if you see Zaya Wade twerking on her boyfriend, you know what I'm saying, at 14 years old, what you gonna say then? Oh, I mean, they just kids, they having fun. What are you gonna say that? How far are you gonna let this shit go to where you don't think it's sexualization? Anybody that supports this, all of y'all who was on, because I looked on the Instagram, anybody who hit that like button and then was commenting, talking about, yes, love who you love, like all that shit, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Those are children. How you gonna be mad at R. Kelly, but this is sexualization of children and you're not mad at that? Like, come on, man. Y'all, this is ridiculous. But that's my spill on it. I'm gonna continue to move on about a couple of other things that are coming up right now. We got a new Kendrick Lamar album on the way, and it's called what is it called? uh Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, man. That sounds like a Disney movie, doesn't it? Don't it sound like a Disney movie or a Disney play? Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. You know what I'm saying? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but Kendrick, man, I'm looking forward to. We hadn't heard a Kendrick Lamar album on like going on 5 years. April, yeah, because I think Damn had came out in 2017. Fast forward 2022, and we came up on the anniversary of Damn at some point. So we got an album actually dropping from Kendrick Lamar. Shout out to him. I can't wait to hear it. But I got a question though. Let me ask you this: were Kendrick Lamar's last 3 albums classic? Do you feel that Kendrick Lamar's last 3 albums were classics? Because he hadn't put out anything in 5 years, right? It's been 5 years since he actually put anything out. But when I was talking to Lavelle, I kid you not, I was talking to my homeboy Lavelle yesterday, and we were asking the question of if he was to retire right now, does he have a good enough catalog to walk away? You know what I'm saying? Like Lauryn Hill, she didn't retire, but I mean, she didn't put out no other album after the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. We only got 2 albums from Biggie. You know what I'm saying? We got several albums from Pac, but Biggie put out 2 albums and is considered a GOAT, one of the like the best rapper ever in a lot of people's opinions. So my thing is Kendrick Lamar put out 3 groundbreaking albums. So do you feel like those were classics? Now, 2 of them, I feel automatically yes. I feel like Good Kid, Mad City was a classic, definitely. And I know To Pimp a Butterfly. Some people weren't feeling it like that, but To Pimp a Butterfly was definitely a classic. Was Damn a classic? Do you feel like those albums that he put out, were they enough for him to just, you know, if he was to stop rapping right now, did he give us enough music for him to not have to put out any more albums? What y'all think about that? You ask me, I would say yeah. He put out, it felt like the Dark Knight trilogy, right? You had Batman Begins, you had The Dark Knight, then you had Dark Knight Rises. I still wanted more Dark Knight movies after that, but I did feel like he gave us, you know, that's enough. Usually with movies, they're trilogies, and then you see what happens. Oh man, hold up. Oh man. My broadcast, y'all. Hold on. Somebody had called me. My bad. Called me while I'm on live. And I had it set up on my phone. On my computer or whatever, right? But yeah, were Kendrick Lamar's last 3 albums classic? You can let me know in the comment section what y'all think. I think that arguably I would say yes. Arguably, I would say yes. Speaking of new albums coming out, we also got Pusha T. Pusha T is dropping a new album on Friday. Now this is something interesting. Drake has a song that's out. I think it's an unreleased song that's on Jack Harlow's album, or it's a Jack Harlow song. I know it's a Jack Harlow song, but he's actually dissing Pusha T on there. And I was talking to my homeboy yesterday, and I was like, it's odd, very, very odd that and ironic that this is happening around the time Pusha T is putting out an album. Go Google it or whatever what Drake had said, but it's very interesting that this somehow comes out around the same time Pusha T is putting out an album. I thought that was very interesting. I'm trying to put my tenfold Kofi hat on and wonder, is this planned or whatever? But it's very ironic. Regardless, I do want to hear Pusha T's album. He put out a dope song with Jay-Z called Neck and Wrist. Anybody heard that? Very, very dope, very, very dope song. So I'm looking forward to hearing that Pusha T, man. That Pusha T, I think is gonna be dope. Hopefully, it's one of the dopest albums we've heard in a while. I really hadn't been hearing too many dope albums since 2020. I think the last one that I felt like was solid all the way through was actually Pop Smoke's album. But yeah, I'm thinking this though. If Drake is really trying to diss Pusha T, I wouldn't do it. I don't think that's a good idea, man, because you already see what happened last time. Now, this time, keep in mind, Pusha, let me tell you something about Pusha, man. He lost both parents last year, I want to say, because I watched the Charlemagne interview he had. He lost both parents last year. He just had a son that was born and all this other stuff. So It's a lot that he's dealing with. So I don't know if Drake wants to open up that can of worms, man. I think Drake needs to be very, very cautious and careful. Now, on the other side, I do understand, man. Drake probably looks at his son Adonis every day and thinks about when Pusha T outed him, outed the business, you know what I'm saying, about um Adonis and the Adidas deal. And he thinks like, damn, and I never responded. And I think even in this diss rap that he put out, he said that I got to get you back or whatever like that. But I'm just saying, Drake, make sure that you know what you're doing. All right. Because you saw what Pusha T did last time, and Pusha T said that it was going to be a surgical summer the last time. So it's about to be summer again. So we just got to see what's going to happen with this. Another thing that's happening, Wu-Tang and Nas, they are going on tour. It's called the New York State of Mind tour. I can't wait to check that out. I always be saying I'm gonna go to these concerts, but man, stuff be happening. But I definitely got to go to that. They're gonna come to Atlanta. Got to check that out. Next thing, I definitely got to say this too, man. RIP to DJ K Slay. I'm mad that I forgot to open up with that, man, but legendary DJ and graffiti artist. I didn't even know he did graffiti, but graffiti artist from back in the day. Shout out to DJ K Slay. I grew up watching his music videos and listening to some of his compilations and stuff. He's always been synonymous with the culture. Shout out to New York and everything like that. He lost his life battling COVID. So yeah, man, rest up DJ K Slay. Next, man, Benzino drops this record. He dropped a diss record towards 50 Cent and Coi Leray. And speaking of transgender, right? So 50 Cent has outed Benzino. He already outed Young Buck because Young Buck was messing with a transgender or whatever like that, right? But Benzino got outed, not by just 50 Cent, but whoever the transgender person was, had recorded audio of Benzino, saying some stuff like that, he couldn't come out and be who he wanted to be. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing, man. But 50 Cent has been going in on him. It's been funny, what I'm saying, to say the least. But Benzino actually dropped a diss rap towards him. And when I tell y'all, that's like one of the most horrible diss records I've ever heard. Did y'all hear it? Did you hear the Benzino diss record? Man, it's horrible, man. But yeah, and then he said something about that he's gonna drop something pretty soon. But to go back, I'm gonna end it off on this, man, because I said I wasn't gonna be on here too long. But yeah, man, like if anybody's joining in, we were talking about the Zaya Wade being used to promote the sexualization of children. And like my thing is, if you give somebody an inch, if you ever heard give a nigga an inch and they'll take a mile, I feel like when you open the door for stuff like this, meaning that I think they're hiding behind, okay, she's transgender, so she can get away with certain things, right? I feel like they've been doing that for a minute, gradually just getting to where it's at this point. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Zaya Wade, look at this, right? Magic Johnson's son. I forgot what his name is. I don't know if it's Eli or something like that, right? EJ, I think that's his name. Nobody really trips about Magic Johnson's son. I mean, we make fun of how he looks because he's so tall, and people use him in memes and all this other stuff. But nobody really trips about his sexuality, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like he chooses to be that way. But guess what? When we find out all that stuff, he was grown, and I don't follow him like that. I just see certain things. But if he were to come out and kiss, share a picture of him kissing somebody, another man or something like that, I don't think anybody would trip. It's just that's what it is. He grown, he can do whatever. But a child like Zaya Wade, it's a destruction, man. It's destruction. And it feels like the fact that he's transgender, they're using that as a way to kind of shelter it, because if you say anything about it, then you're going to be looked at as transphobic. But I think that a lot of people have been calling this out. Thank you to everybody who has been calling this shit out, because I think it's a destruction. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, man. Like, they're kids, 14 years old. But man, let me know in the comment section what y'all actually think about it. what y'all think about it, man. Like, do you feel, and for those who feel like it's not, that it's no problem with it, and you feel like it is appropriate or whatever, please leave something in the comments so I can know what you're talking about. I just don't see how you would say that this is appropriate, or you don't see nothing wrong with it. If you do not see nothing wrong with it, I have to really, really question your character, because this is a shame, man. It's a shame, and shame on Dwayne Wade, shame on Gabrielle Union. I don't see how y'all would, like, come on, man, y'all going too far with this. But man, if you have been watching, hopefully you enjoy the show. Subscribe to youtube.com/RedsView. Make sure that you pick up the single right there, Pregame. It's available on all streaming platforms. I might go live later on this week or make some more videos or whatever like that. But man, thank you everybody so much for tuning in. If this is on Facebook or whatever, make sure that you share it. Make sure that you retweet this. We're going to have an open discussion about this. Trust me. So anyway, y'all, this is J Red, Reds View signing out.